Asia's largest gallery is set to open in Hong Kong this week. The towering 90-meter structure has been in the works for about a decade and features a $1 billion collection. But the M+ Museum is not without controversy as it opens under a new restrictive political climate. China imposed a national security law on Hong Kong in June, which critics say is an attack on the freedom of speech and meant to crush dissent. Anyone can be charged under a vague and broad law for undermining Beijing's authority, even artists.
Hong Kong native Kacey Wong is well known for his outspoken political art, use of public space, and even elaborate displays at street protests. This used to be where he staged his performances and artworks. Several years ago, 2 of his pieces were purchased by M+, Hong Kong's new contemporary art museum, like this floating house, which Kacey Wong paddled on the harbor, questioning the city's expensive, tiny flats. My artwork was critical of the injustice of society. I felt that M+ was professional in picking the collections. They were interested in those reflecting local stories and histories. M+ is a highlight of Hong Kong's newly built cultural district, a government-funded landmark project that has taken over 2 decades to realize. With its collection of over 8,400 artworks, the museum positions itself as a top regional art hub and aims to rival Western heavyweights such as London's Tate Modern and New York's Museum of Modern Art. What draws particular attention is its arguably largest and finest collection of contemporary Chinese art in the world, thanks to Swiss collector Uli Sig, who donated and sold over 1,500 pieces to M+, including some created by Chinese dissident artist Ai Weiwei. A famous picture of him raising the middle finger at Beijing's Tiananmen Square in the 1990s was censored on M+'s museum website. That's after pro-Beijing politicians and media contended it could spread hatred against China. But pictures from the same series in front of the White House and the Swiss parliament remain. Authorities have confirmed that the censored picture won't be shown at the opening exhibition and vowed to work with the National Security Unit if any artwork violates the Beijing-imposed security law. It seems to me it's a series of systematic attacks against the art and cultural sector. The political crackdown from Beijing is becoming more tangible. The museum authorities have let us down by giving up its autonomy and betraying their artistic profession. Why should an artwork be judged by the police? The much-anticipated museum kicks off a new era for Hong Kong's cultural sphere, at a time when its future is clouded by Beijing's tightening grip on freedom of speech. Kacey Wong won't have the chance to witness his artwork being displayed in M+. That's because he left Hong Kong for Taiwan over the summer. A new platform doesn't necessarily facilitate art development if it helps exploit freedom of art expression. Self-censorship is getting more common among artists who tend to make their works more abstract. But I believe that the greater the limitation, the greater the creativity that will evolve.
Let's say goodbye with a smile, dear.
And so he said goodbye to Hong Kong.
Don't know when.
His last performance was a farewell music video dedicated to the city, filmed before his departure to Taiwan. In it, he sings Vera Lynn's "We'll Meet Again," asking Hong Kong to keep smiling till the blue skies drive the dark clouds away.
We're now joined by DW correspondent Phoebe Kong. Phoebe, long delays, it's over budget, but the M+ Museum is finally open. What are some of the highlights?
Well, M+ is the star project of Hong Kong's West Kowloon Cultural District. It was a newly built landmark, like pretty much located at the heart of Hong Kong in downtown of the city. So today we are also invited to the media preview, like having a fresh look at the new galleries, that those artworks that contains like many of the paintings, drawings, and most of them were created by artists from mainland China, China, Hong Kong, of course, across Asia. And some of the pieces were also created by Western artists, but those not the majorities of the art pieces. So it features very much like put the focus on the Asian contemporary art, especially the mainland Chinese artwork in recent decades. So we also found some like artwork like echoing some of the Chinese political and social incidents in recent decades.
Now, we saw in the report that part of an Ai Weiwei series was removed from the museum website and won't be part of the exhibit. Can you talk to us about what happened there?
So earlier this year in Hong Kong, some of the pro-Beijing lawmakers and also state-owned media outlets criticized some of the art collections of the M+ Museum of insulting the China and also like inciting hatred against the Chinese government and also China. So they criticized that those artwork may violate the national security law imposed by Beijing in Hong Kong last June. So after that, it triggered a huge controversy among the artistic sphere and also among the society. It triggered a huge debate on how to deal with the new artwork under the national security law. So after that, one of the pieces put on the spotlight is Ai Weiwei's famous photograph showing his middle finger to Beijing's Tiananmen Square. So that photo was particularly removed from M+ Museum official website without specific reasoning. So today at the media preview, the head of the cultural district reiterated again that those artwork, including Ai Weiwei's photos, are now under review. That it's not yet known that whether it will be displayed in the future. But surely today in the preview and at the opening exhibition, those photographs are absent from the galleries right now.
Phoebe, Hong Kong has been burgeoning as a hub for arts and culture in the region. How much does China's national security law undermine and hurt that label?
Well, the sweeping national security law has been imposed in Hong Kong since last June. It has been almost 1.5 years, and it has created a very huge impact among almost all kinds of sectors in Hong Kong. So it's not only affecting the artists. We have heard many voices from the artistic sectors that they will be self-censoring their works because of the pressure and also the pressure from the commercial sectors and the financial pressure they're facing. So they're pretty pessimistic to the future of the art and culture development in Hong Kong.
DW correspondent Phoebe Kong reporting for us. Thank you, Phoebe.